Hello guys, I have news for you. They are here, those ugly mysterious beings who force you into making bad decisions in the market, to wreck yourself, to liquidate your account. Every dildo, they force you to do something to get you fucked. And if you are wondering who are they, well, it's time to look in the mirror because it's probably you. So if you are constantly wrecked in the market, market is known to blame. Market is indifferent towards you. It doesn't think about you. It doesn't want to fuck you, and nobody wants to fuck you. Nobody in the market knows probably about your existence. So instead of trying to blame mysterious beings like ugly market makers, they, aliens, or whatever you choose, just start from criticizing yourself and finding the weak spots there. So with those positive vibes, welcome guys to the weekly markets analysis, and let's jump straight to the markets because this is what is it all about. Okay, so on the weekly on Euro USD, what we have, a tough resistance around 122.400 still holding, and Euro USD looks like it wants to form, I'll remove my drawings here, form a lower high here. And I will be really careful about it, especially with stochastic showing some weakness. They look like they want to bounce from here to the downside. RSI is still above 21 EMA and in bullish control zone. And yes, Euro USD is still in the uptrend. So possible retracements may come here. And I know this type of analysis, it's not particularly useful if it comes to scalping the markets. So let's switch to the lower time frames and we'll do something with it. So I just added this zone here because there was a 21 area which I called like 2 weeks ago. I was looking for a retracement here. Of course, it was a buy. So for now, for the coming week, this is my main working area with probable price action to 123. If Euro USD wants to stay bullish, stochastics are going to the downside, but still around the neutral zone and showing some kind of like reversal-ish. Nothing to be said here, honestly. But so far, this is my main working range. If it breaks to the downside, I will be trading it to the downside to 119,800. And something for shorter term trading. So we have 4-hour time frame. And basically what you can see, this is my automated support and resistance showing the current most possible trading range. There was a nice retracement to the 382 fib, and right now we are in the next Fibonacci retracement. So, and finding the resistance here. So Euro USD is in the downtrend here, and for the time it is in the downtrend, I will favor the downtrend. And until it's broken to the upside, I plan to trade it to the bottom. So whenever it touches around 122, it's a short for me. If it goes there, looks like it's finding a nice resistance around the current level. So it will be 121,740. Well, and if it breaks to the downside, the next target for me will be 120. And I plan to go with the possible extension down to 119,600 if it wants to get bearish on us. So far, still in the general uptrend, although it looks like it broke it a little. I need to disable this magnet thing. Yeah, okay. So here we are in the uptrend, then a downtrend, some kind of most likely consolidation. So I'll be looking, I'll be really careful I will be trading it to the both sides. I'm kind of neutral on it. I want to see how it crosses, if it crosses the 120 to 500 area. If it starts closing daily above this zone, I will be back to being more bullish on it. And let's go to GBP USD with the general planning. So with the general planning, we are still at the resistance. GBP USD is still at the resistance, showing some weakness here. Let's go to weekly. Showing some weakness. Stochastics are still up, bounce of the neutral zone. Although with such bounces, I'm kind of hesitant, especially the second time. Probably it will climb to touch the 78, 80 region and then reverse on it. Especially then on weekly we have a bearish divergence, and it's not yet confirmed, but I won't be looking for confirmation here because I want to be safe than sorry. So we're at the top of the range, and I'll be looking for the more retracement, probably some spike up. And if it wants to break it, this week will be the time to break it. If not, probably to the downside from the 142, 130 down to even 137, 300. And on the lower time frames, as you can see, GBP USD also doing the same, almost the same as Euro USD, but it's in this beautiful range. But what it did, actually, it made a lower low here and a lower high. And well, you know how I look at it. I will be looking for the movement down to 140 if it wants to be bearish. If it breaks to the upside, my plan is to long the retest. So far, those will be my. I should probably mark out those levels for the future reference. But yeah, this is my bottom of the trading range for the coming week. If it breaks this range to the downside, okay. So far, it looks like it wants to, and I'll be just following the price action, so going range by range. If it breaks this level around 140, I will be looking for the price action to move to 138,970-ish. So somewhere in the middle of this range. This is the next fib retracement. And yeah, let's do those zones like, okay. So this is my next target, and I will be just going by fibs here. So this is my trading plan for GBP USD, and let's go to GBP JPY. GBP JPY is kind of doing the same what everything is. It looks kind of it made a higher high on the body close last week, but it didn't make a higher high on the wick. It has a bearish divergence. Stochastics are still in the bullish control zone and in the critical zone, but if it wants to fall, probably for this week, some test to the upside and then kind of reversal and even test of 149,400 if it wants to be bearish. Especially here, it looks kind of toppy. Stochastics on the daily are crossing to the downside, RSI below the EMA, going to the neutral zone. So first resistance will be, and let's go. Okay, so how I plan to trade it, basically, this is the trading range so far, and until it's broken, just a range. If it gets broken, I will be looking for the retracement to 153.5-ish. And then I will treat this this as a top of the trading range, probably even lower. Yeah, let's do it like this. So this will be in my next trading range if it breaks this formation here. And I'm kind of neutral on them. I mean, basically all of the Euro USD, GBP USD, and GBP JPY are on daily bullish because it's still bullish, but it's still in the uptrend and can't fake it. Obviously, 154, 140 as a weekly 21 EMA can provide at least a tradable bounce for me. So if it goes there, probably it will be a buy signal, and I should probably mark it out for the future reference. So yeah, this will be just the middle of this consolidation, which sounds nice. Okay, let's do it more in a boxy way. So this is how I will find it. So if it breaks, if I want to long, probably here, then lower. Okay, so the plan is complete, and let's move to Australian dollar, US dollar. And Australian dollar, US dollar, as all of the US dollar pairs is consolidating here, is ranging here. It failed to break above this high. Now it's trying to retest 0.77640 up to even 77,940. If it breaks it, this is the next trading range. And I will be doing the same basically as with all ranging assets. It is on the lower time frame. um, I will be just trading this range here. Okay, so this is the range. It looks there is a 200 EMA coming here. Stochastics are still crossed up, so probably some push to the upside. And if it turns out to be a fake out here below this range, then it will remain bullish. But so far we have up to daily lower high here and no lower low yet, so it's just consolidating. So just trading it range by range. If it rejects this range, this is the next target for me. It will be 0.76580. And if it breaks this level, because it provided really nice support for the price action in the last week, then the bottom of the current trading range, which will be 0.75860. If it wants to go higher and test the top of the range, just play the range until it breaks. If it breaks, the next target will be for me around 0.78890. So, well, we can go back to weekly. One thing which I wanted to mention. Yeah, one thing, as with all of them, weekly 21 is still providing a support for it. So I'm not really turning bearish. If it is to be like my choice, I will just remove this zone because we're doing our intraday lower. So this is the main trading range, and if it breaks it either side on the weekly, then either the trend continues or I will count it for the reversal, at least like medium term, down to 0.73580. Okay, so now let's go to the AX, German Frankfurt Exchange. I wonder why I don't have all the zones here. That's strange. But what we were talking about last week, it was this resistance. And this resistance is broken. So I want to have a follow through, and how I want to trade it. Well, let's go to a daily. On the weekly, it's just an uptrend. It's a price discovery. No targets for it. Once it broke the main trading range, the next target most possible for me will be 16,240 on the weekly basis. It's just a free to fib retracement of the trading range here. And what I do in such scenarios, I just follow the EMA, daily 21 EMA or weekly 21 EMA, along with the 55 EMA for the risk management. And yet there is a range we were talking about last week. So this is the support level. This is the resistance. Resistance broke. Right now it's at the support. On daily, it confirmed the breakout. Stochastics are in the bullish control zone. They are still heading up. RSI bounced off the neutral zone, still heading up. So everything is bullish here. So I can go to intraday, but for me, it's just playing the trend. Just, buy the dip and hold it until it stops working. With the gold is interesting. Especially that it hit the 1,910 price action, showing some resistance on the way to the top of the range. And for me, it's a decision time. It can go higher from here easily, just using the 21 EMA as a support on a daily, and touch the top of the range. If not, if it fails, it shows, another lower high on the daily, and because it's a lower high, then we are in the downtrend, and you know what can happen. So really careful here. I already closed my long around 1,900, and what I want to do, if I want to scalp gold, just if it breaks this range to the upside on a daily, retest, carry it to the top of the range, somewhere here around 1,950 level. If it wants to go lower, this will be the level to watch, and it is like 1,860-ish. If it breaks it to the downside, just just short it on the retest and trade it to the next support, which is 1760. So this is gold. Gold made a really nice movement. I still expect it, just looking at the weekly and stochastic still are going up. RSI is still bullish. So I will expect it with some retracements, like we spoke about, still to go higher, because on weekly we broke this short term downtrend, which you can see here. So it was a short medium term. Actually, it lasted for like a year or so. So it broke this trend. So if it wants to retest, the weekly 21 EMA will be also a good spot to time your trades for a longer hold. And well, this is gold. Basically, still bullish, still in the uptrend. Still not trading though above and this is the resistance coming from the last all-time high. So well, it's the sell-off here was kind of to be expected. So I also expected to either range here for another year or two, or just break it to the upside if it wants to fail, and reverse the trend. It will be a surprise here. But yeah, it's possible. Let's go to the oil. And oil, it's at the resistance as expected. Stochastics curving back to the upside. It's showing a lot of buy strength. It's still in the uptrend. What I can say about oil, it's at the resistance. So I'm not trying to long here. If it breaks it, then the next target will be around 85 up to $86, which we probably spoke about. If it wants to fail here and retrace, then the level here around $64 will be to be watched. If it breaks to the downside, then the next target will be 57, down to even $56 on oil. So far, it looks good, and it looks like it wants to pop to the upside. So, and our beloved, I don't know about but definitely the asset which everybody is looking at is BTC. Okay, so I don't have those zones updated. I don't know what happened, but basically the levels to watch on BTC is just ranging, and this is the time to just be rather patient. So here it is, the range up to $40,740, even $41,000. And the bottom to be the bottom side of the range to be looked at is around $34,600. So which side it breaks, then it will dictate the next move. So the target to the upside will be around even $45,000 to make it round, more or less. And the target to the downside will be $28,860. So how I get those magical numbers? Yet again, my automated support and resistance. We are at BTC right now is playing at the middle of the range here, of the main trading range, which the low of this range is $90 to $180. It doesn't mean it will get there. What I'm looking at, if it breaks $28,740, I will be looking for the movement even down to 21,400, but most likely this is the level which I would like to watch, and this will be $24,000, and then just go level by level until it stops working. So yeah, if I'm bullish on BTC, well, looking in the weekly, it's still in the uptrend, and it looks like it is a possible scenarios that the low and this uptrend, the first major low, is being placed with this between 21 and 55 EMA on the weekly, which I treat like a big moving support and resistance zone. So the bottom of the range around $32,000. If it gets there, it doesn't incline really being ultra bearish on it. I'm even kind of bullish long term. Funny. Not on the fundamentals though. I still think they're close to zero. But what I think about this price action, this is the main trading range, and well, this is where they operate, and they want they want your corns. So be careful and just wait for the breakout. God damn it! It's just nothing to do here. Or you can scalp 1 minute time frame or 5 minute time frame. I know people who like doing so. Me myself, not really. But if we look at the BTC, it is consolidating, and the possible resolution will be kind of explosive, I think, like in BTC land. Many people see something like this here, which basically has some sense, like some kind of a triangle-ish formation. So either side it breaks, you can make a measure move, and let's do it together. So one to the upside, which implies 45,000 level, and one to the downside, which implies more or less it doesn't fit. Probably my zones are off. I'm not really trading BTC too much, but honestly, what I will be looking, if it breaks to the upside, 45,000 is what I will be looking at. If it breaks to the downside, 28,000, like the bottom of this price action. So if it takes forever for it to range in this range, then like my levels will fit. So you know how it works with TA. If something doesn't fit your picture, just move the screen around, move the curves around, move the zones around until they fit your bias, and then you will be okay. So on BTC is just a waiting game, and if it wants to break, it should be ready to pop soon enough. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up there to the top of the range, but we are medium term and a downtrend. We have a hidden bearish divergence here on the RSI between this top and this top, and some might say it doesn't work this way because it's only 14 periods. 14 periods is only a calculation period. It doesn't mean the next high needs to appear in 14 periods from the last high. So there is a hidden bearish divergence. Not really bullish divergences here. So kind of I'm still bearish on it. And if you're coming from a downtrend and you have a triangle or a pennant or however you call it, just a consolidation, for me it's better to stick with the former trend to be safer. So, well, I'm just waiting for this range to be broken. Nothing else to be said here. Especially that we look at the daily, which is below 21 EMA, below 200. 200 starts sloping down. Stochastics are looking like they want to bounce from the neutral zone. Not bounced yet, so probably some more fuckery here around. But if BTC goes around 41,000, I will be happy to short it because it doesn't look good. And if you look just at the EMAs, daily doesn't look good. Weekly looks not so well, because basically on the weekly there was a 2 retest of the 38,000 area. Actually, the 382 Fibonacci extension from $200. This is what my indicator shows, because the volume started appearing there. So basically, half of the 30,000, it's the middle of this trading range. The next target will be 23,700, so 24,000. Well, if it wants to go to the downside, this will be definitely a really good buy zone, as you can see here on this picture. So guys, how am I going to trade it? I'm not really trading it, but if I want to trade it, I want to look at some kind of the resistance and short it. So far, if it stops working, if it wants to go higher, then there is a next zone around $45,000, and then the last resort chance for bears, it will be $50,000. If it goes there, I still want to short it. So yeah, guys, I hope you did like my short weekly planning analysis. In this way, I want to just present the way of thinking while I'm trading. So I'm just taking the price action zone by zone. I don't like holding trades. I don't like holding too long. I like to sleep well, and this is what I basically do. So if you liked it, well, thumbs up. click this bell or whatever. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of this beautiful Sunday. Take care.